Yeah. Yeah. Hello everybody and welcome to what I'm going to be calling the Brandon Dork Show. Okay, for today's topic, we are going to do some fun topics between historical facts, discovery facts, and news, which been from 2017. Anyway, the point is, this will be a weekly thing. I am just now downloading the first one as well. I'm going to be downloading this second one. I did stuff like this similar last year, but more on my phone. So please, 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 to all those who have heard me in the past from my phone itself, to my dear good friends, give you a shout out, and hope you like this as well. I also want to give a great shout out to some of these YouTubers, like Mac Lethal, for his fantastic videos of rap. You are an awesome rapper. The lyrics sometimes are kind of sketchy, but good message. I like it. White Boy, I want to give a good shout out to you as well, and for the guy who does the rap videos with the cartoons. Good stuff. So, now, to get to the topics, and a big shout out to upbeat background music of hip hop. I don't know who did that one. To Butch Inside. So, thank you for this background music. Even though you never suggested to me. But, anyway. So, we're going, this is through ThoughtCo. And there's 25 on here. This is, okay. We're gonna do this one first. 7 hilariously embarrassing archaeological discoveries. Okay, now bear with me here, because I haven't even looked at them yet. So, bored people in medieval times also like to doodle bullcrap. I'm going to rephrase. We've all gotten bored in history class and given all the traits in the textbook fabulous Frost, including, and please forgive me for my pronouncing. I don't know how to pronounce some of these words, so please bear with me here. Apparently, medieval monks just describing religious texts and literature, they didn't limit their doodles to the typical dongs and fashionable hairdos. Is that how you spell it? Or pronounce it? Though, let's just say, life in a monastery must give you a twisted but imagination. Or, I should say donkey. There we go. Twisted donkey imagination. Which we all know what that means. Donkey's butt. That's a reference I can use. I'm trying to keep this clean, because this is all for family viewing. So please bear with me here. Also, I did try to describe my other YouTube channel, but unfortunately I realized, again, I think I told you this in the last video, that it was my gaming is to this same account. So, bear with me here. I will continue on with whatever. So, number 2? Wait, that was numbers. Okay, yeah, so, but, yes, there were also plenty of dongs. Come on. Okay. For a fun, creative writing exercise, imagine the conversation taking place between these people as they pick donks from a donk tree. I'm trying to keep this clean, so bear with me. These are not the words, I'm just rephrasing them so they don't sound bad. Alright. Crazy to think we now have machines to do this. Kinda is. Back in those days we had nothing. Now we have still nothing, but with technology. Okay, okay. They weren't necessarily bored, though. A medieval monk couldn't just grab a pen from the junk drawer. They had to fashion their instrument from scratch, so they did a quick doodle to test them out. Sometimes they got carried away. You know how it is. Of course I do. Back when I was in elementary school, I used to sketch, and I was supposed to do for a calendar for Thanksgiving. And I went a little overboard. I think I did like Indians and cowboys and what other things. Oh yeah, a black hole. Yeah, that sort of thing. It was bad. Anyway, continuing. You start with a little circle, and before you know it, boom! Merman getting arrowed in the butt. Okay. I'm gonna stop there real fast, and, how much more? Okay. So, bear with me here. How can a merman get shot with an arrow? I mean, mythical, but still, let's face it, that's, I can't help wrap my head around that, excuse me. Man, I don't want to think about that image. Yeah, we're going to continue. Most of these doodles were found on the first and last page of the books, which were then glued to the covers, meaning they were never meant to be seen. Gee, I wonder why. That certainly explains a lot. Hallelujah. The ones that were absolutely put there on purpose, though, are some of the most baffling. This illustration supposedly depicts the concept of Alexander the Great. That explains it. Alexander the Great, folks. Leave it to Alexander the Great to basically destroy every picture in the world. And just an FYI, I'm not a big fan. Charizard. How could you? Okay. So, oh wait, we have a little bit more here. I didn't see that. Although there are plenty of supernatural legends surrounding that hump fest, we're not aware of any that involved dragons, but we do thank the artist for the still life improv comedy prompt. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to that Fisher one, or the Merman one. Alright, they're myths. They're not real. For all you people who think that mermaids are real, you must be very skeptical. And unfortunately, I don't feel that same way. So, we're gonna move on here. Moving on to the next little shabalama ding dong thing. Okay, so we are gonna move on to history. We're probably gonna do one of each today, and then we'll continue on throughout the weeks. And I'm probably gonna do one or two each week. I hope. I don't want to do too much. Alright, so... Okay, we can do this. Alright. You know, it's short enough, we might be able to do all of them. Or at least 5 or 10. We'll start with 5 and see how that goes, okay? Alright. The Founding Fathers wouldn't let Benjamin Franklin work on the Declaration of Independence because they were afraid he would slip a joke into it. Jason, yeah. This is more urban legend than historical fact. It is true that Benjamin Franklin was well known for his sharp wit. Probably sharpen up pencil too. I mean, let's face it, he had a mind that no other person could have. Not even those guys that built that picture with the mermaid and arrows. Anyway, this is more... Wait, did we already... Yes, we did. Wit and excuse me here, I'm having a hard time reading that one part there. Satirical writing. But this did not stop him from working on the Declaration of Independence. In fact, Benjamin Franklin did have a hand in the creation of the famous document. serving on the committee to draft the Declaration alongside John Adams. Nice. Roger Sherman, Thomas Jefferson, and Robert Livingston, according to Sive Jefferson, often consulted Franklin. Franklin like in Franklin Roosevelt, I wonder? About the draft as he was composing it. As for jokes in the Declaration, Sive tells .co, our modern notion of jokes would not have been made since to these 18th century people. Back then, satire and irony were used often as very serious rhetorical tactics. Okay. We're going to move on because I have no comment there. Alright. So, number 2. They did it all for the booty. This is talking about pirates. Notorious pirate hunter Benjamin. I hope they're not talking about Benjamin Franklin because this that would be bad. Once attacked, I think it was Benjamin Franklin, was it? I get confused between, but yeah, that was right. Alright, so notorious pirate hunter Benjamin Hornigold. What kind of name is that? Once attacked a ship just to steal all of the crew members' hats. Apparently this guy likes hats. Everybody needs a collection. Everybody needs a hobby. Hats is his, apparently. Anyway, his men had gotten drunk and lost their hats during a party the night before and decided to board a ship to get replacements. Sell them which barrel. Let's face it. I'm going to stop there real fast and I'm just going to say I don't blame them. I hate how my hairdo looks. I wear hats to cover it up. This isn't my finest hairdo at all. I'm not a big fan of it usually. So I like to cover it up with hats. Unless it's very short where I can just spike it up easily. Otherwise, it always has a hat on. Usually. Except when I'm at home. Okay, so... and let's face it, some of those people may have egg heads. So, I understand. I got you. Don't worry, Benjamin Hornigold. I understand. You're not alone. You're a man in my heart. Okay, it's true historian Peter Earle backed up this admittedly outlandish claim in his book, The Pirate Wars, stating that one of the captured passengers later recounted they did us no further injury than the taking most of our hats from us, having got drunk the night before as they told us and tossed theirs. That's very understandable. I mean, you do pretty stupid stuff when you're drunk. And I'm sure that was recovering from drunkenness, but partially probably still drunk. Okay. Number 3. Putting them all in malpractice. Okay. In 1843, Robert Liston performed an amputation in 25 seconds, operating so quickly that he accidentally amputated his assistant's fingers as well. Both patient and assistant later died of sepsis. Somehow I don't think that's funny at all. And a spectator, went past my head, reportedly died of shock. I would too if they amputated someone else that I possibly knew or something. Resulting in the only known surgical procedure with a 300% mortality rate. Wantu Vito G. The 19th century physician Robert Liston was famous for his speedy surgeries, often lasting only around 30 seconds. In his book, Practical Surgeries, published in 1837, he emphasizes the importance of quick surgeries, arguing that these operations must be set about with determination and completed rapidly. Among the many stories of Linston's surgeries, the one described above is the most famous part that doesn't mean it's true. Matt Sonic at Mental Floss calls it possibly apocryphal, whatever that means. And it's almost certainly exaggerated. Even if Linston did have his mishaps, his overall mortality rate was actually impressive compared to his peers. According to historian Richard Hollingham, of the 66 patients Liston operated between 1835 and 1840, only to die a death rate of only around 16%. I'm going to stop there real fast. I'm just going to say, there is a reason why people say it's better to take your time and do it right than rush and get it wrong. That's why. However, even though he may have been lucky, may have been, myth or not myth. Anyway, if he did not do it, that's why you don't do it. You don't rush for that reason. You don't want to get someone killed. It'd be your fault. Surprise. But if he didn't get put in prison, I mean, kind of debatable if it's true or not. So we're going to move on, and we're going to do the fourth one and the fifth one, and then I'm going to go on to news update after this. Okay, so just go with it. The Pentagon, there we go, sorry, misread. The Pentagon wasn't built that way for, or just go with it. The Pentagon wasn't built that way for any defense reason. In fact, okay, let's try that again. In fact, it's not even a regular Pentagon. It was designed to fit nicely into the empty field between 5 major roads. But then later there was some reason that then later there was some reason why they had to build, I'm sorry, I can't read today, build it somewhere else. I think it was too close to some city or something. Anyway, they'd already paid someone to design this 5-sided building, so they just said F***K, which we all know what that means, but I won't quote it again. This is a family video. It's a Pentagon now. New panic. Okay, so the building that they're probably close to was Area 51. I'm just gonna point that out right there. Area 51. Who votes Area 51? I do. Okay, moving on. This one's true, but there's more to it than this. In July 1941, a group of and I'm sorry, I'm waving my hand like a crazy person. Partially, one, I am crazy. Two, it's a force of habit, and people have tried to break me from it and just can't. So, bear with me with my hand moving and everything. So, this is just how I talk in the process. In July 1941, a group of Army officers met at the War Department in Washington to discuss building a new headquarters. There were a number of parameters to consider, but once they narrowed the location down to a plot of land that the government already owned in Arlington, Virginia, they then had a figure out how to cram 40,000 people and 10,000 cars into the tract of land they had to work with. They weren't allowed to build a tall building due to building ordinances and a shortage of steel. So they came up with the rough pentagon shape. That exists today. I'm terrible reading today. I can't focus. According to Washington Post, the Arlington Farm tract had a particular asymmetry. Hold on, I gotta get a drink real fast. Smell the sweet aroma of Pepsi. Okay, back to the comments. Okay, where were we again? Okay, exists today. Okay, according to the Washington Post, the Arlington Farm tract had a peculiar asymmetrical pentagon shape bound on 5 sides by roads or other divisions, finally guided by the odd shape of the plot. They designed an irregular pentagon. Okay, an irregular blah 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 blah. Yeah. I feel like I just should quit right now, just for tonight. I can't. You know what they do off of Jeff Dunham, if you ever heard of him? Yeah, that famous guy who has all those puppets, like Peanut and all them. Yeah, there's one thing he always does that I feel like I'm there right now. Yeah. Okay, I did it. Alright, number 5. Back to the thing, Bob. Let's cut to the chase. I agree 100%. Shall we? The first thing said to the Pilgrims by Native Americans, specifically by Samoset. Do you have any beer? That's great. In perfect English. Okay. I'm gonna pause right there real fast. I gotta say, I don't have any beer. And, I didn't think it existed back then, but apparently it did. Back then it was probably called wine, though. Anyway, back to the point. By the time the Pilgrims arrived at Plymouth, European trade routes to North America already existed. For generations, trade diplomats and fishermen traveled extensively to and from Europe. The Spanish Inquisition. History backs up the fact that Samoset was the first Native American to greet the Pilgrims. As for whether or not he requested everyone's favorite frosty brew, many authors seem to think it's not only probable, it's true. Knowing people today, that probably is true for a lot of people, for everyone. Any color, any race, anything. But to me, people are people, so let's face it. Okay, we're gonna go to news updates here from 2017. So bear with me. There's 19. I'm probably gonna do 1 or 2. So just bear with me. Okay. Wait, okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna do 2. They're short enough I could probably do 5, but I'm just gonna do 2 for right now, just to. Okay. Do you know what is funny? What is pure, unbridled comedy in its simplest form? Well, the drawing of a mermaid getting shot in the butt with an arrow is pretty funny to me, so that's comical enough, I think. What that is an Irish family fighting a bat in their kitchen. A loud Irish man barking directions at another man called Derry, the most Irish name you've heard, actually. I don't know, I mean, let's face it. There's Derry off the It movies or books. Yo, Derry smell. So, congratulations, you got a name from the terrifying book. Congratulations, whoever you may be, if you ever watch these. Good name. I'm proud of you. Hold up true with those names. You're a good man. I hope. If not, then I said that for no good reason. Okay. In an attempt to catch a bat that is flying terrified about the kitchen. I don't blame it. If someone's trying to swat and trying to kill it and get rid of it, and if I was in that bat's upper, I would be terrified too. That's terrifying enough. I've already had people try to shoot me out before. It doesn't work. I come back like a fly. I'm like a pest. You can't get rid of me. Okay. What is funny is 2 men helplessly throwing a towel at a bat that is invaded their house, while a lady called Maureen presses her face up against some frosted glass from behind a door. Okay, behind a door. So, if I was this bat, I would be, like, again, I would be terrified because I wouldn't know what was going on. I would think that these people were nuts. I mean, one, they're drinking, probably. I mean, that's what Irish people do, right? They drink, and so they're not invading the world. Yay! So that's a good sign. No offense to you guys, I still like you, so there we go. Between the Irish and Scottish, let's face it, if you didn't have beer in your system, you probably rule the world. So thank you. Thank you for not ruling the world. Where was I? Okay. Again, this bat's not figuring out what's going on at all. Being hit by a glass behind the door. I mean, I can't wrap my head around that. That would be terrifying to me as well. So, congratulations! You have terrified a bat instead of just yourselves. Yay! You're idiots. Okay. A funny thing is a dog peeing. I'm rephrasing here. Peeing in a kitchen because 2 frightened men are screaming at a bat. Okay, this dog is apparently terrified too because he's peeing when these people are yelling and he probably think it's them, or think it's because of him. So, and the bat's there too. So, there's everything messed up in this whole thing right here. Okay, this is great. Great stuff. Okay. The above video is all these things. The best bat video on the internet on an Irish triumph, a dog peeing masterpiece. I love it. I do too. And the I love it is actually coded in blue. So apparently the guy really loves it. And I do too. These guys must be complete idiots. And so is this bat apparently. Okay. Number 2, I think. Yeah. The Tender Poo Girl? I don't know if I really want to read this. I'm gonna go for it. Okay, I'm sure you've had your fair share of bad dates. Most people had, but have you ever had someone throw a big lump of their own crap in between the frames of your bathroom window? Should I move on? Has that ever happened? Did they then, regretting their decision, try and climb in to retrieve it before getting so stuck? So unbelievable stuck. That is, the fire service had to cut them out. Did that thing happen? Did they poo in your window so much that you had to call 999? I thought it was supposed to be 911, not 999. Apparently there's a new service I didn't know about. Anyway, no, they didn't. Did they? Did they? Because it is a story so stupid. I agree with this. so ridiculous that it can only have happened once and will never happen again, as such chances are you were not involved in this story, but Tender Pooh Girl was upside down piece of excrement by her head, making an indelible skid mark on the internet for eternity. I'm gonna go back to. I'm gonna do a different one because I have no comment. I am speechless at this point. Okay, stupid idiot hamster goes to the vet. Okay, I think I can handle this one. I hope. All right, hamster. I reckon are pretty dumb in the grand scheme of things. Thick-headed little idiots. A rat. Stupid furry punks. Driven by motor impulses. Tiny, puny brain entirely devoid of logic or reasoning. Little half-wits, lot of them. So yeah, it's no surprise that one of these loser animals got involved in a viral story directly relating to its stupidity. To cut a long story short, a girl took her bubble-headed, whack-butt rodent to the vet because it hadn't moved for 3 days. It had just sat against the... And I'm sorry, some of this is not edited properly and doesn't have proper grammar in it, so bear with me. I'm reading to the best of my ability. So, where was I again? Okay, because it had just sat against the same railing of its cage, not eating or drinking anything. Turns out, he just swallowed a fridge magnet, and it had stuck him to the metal. What an unthinking, witless case of trash. That hamster could have died a thin-cheeked death against the cage, all because it stuck a magnet. Hamsters are the insane clown posse of half-baked pets. I hate them. Wait, okay. It's not this hamster's fault. First off, how did the hamster even get a hold of the magnet? Unless someone left it there right by the cage. 2, again, it's not the hamster's fault because it's an animal that they may be intelligent, but they will eat anything in their path. So whoever stuck it there, their stupidity was taken out on the hamster. So, don't worry, hamster, I'm on your side. But whoever did that, I'm sorry, but it's on your head. So, yeah. Third off, we're all a little loony at times. It's like a baby. If you put something right next to the baby, don't you think that the baby would eat it? Even like a magnet? There's a reason you don't put stuff right next to it. So, yeah. That is going to be the end of that. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm glad that you were able to stay tuned. I will try to post more as we go along. There is more to these funny, stupid videos. Or, not videos, but, pages. So, I will hope you would stay tuned for next week's video, episode 3. And we will be back as soon as we can. It will be probably about Wednesday. I have something going on Thursday. So, I will catch you on the flip side, as they would say off of some random movie I can't think of at this point. Stay tuned and have a great day. And oh, remember, down below, subscribe, comment, any suggestions for me, please, please, I'm begging you here, please let me know if there's anything else you think I should do for my channel. If so, post it down below. If there's any challenges that are not stupid or daring, I'll do them. If not, I'll tell you right away if I'm going to reject them or not on these videos. So, I will keep you posted on these news, and I will post a video probably tomorrow for video games, strictly for younger adults, probably teens. There may be a little bit of foul language. I kind of get intense in those videos, so please forgive me for that. Have a great day, and God bless you all. Stay tuned for next week. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much, and goodbye.